So in today's video, we're going to talk very much about how your shoulders should be moving in the golf swing. And I've got a really simple drill for you, something that you can practice very much at home or down the driving range. And it's going to help you unlock that extra bit of rotation that you need in the golf swing. And it's also going to give you a lot of answers to potential questions that you have about uncertainty of rotation. So I'm going to use a large alignment stick. Okay, now you guys don't obviously necessarily have to use something like so long. You can just use a normal size alignment stick, but when you do the drill, make sure the majority of it is sticking outside the trail side. So you can see most of it here is sticking out my right side. Now, you'll see from this drill, because I'm also going to talk a little bit about the feeling of the lead side, which is why I'm going to use the larger alignment stick for this exercise. So quite simply, all we're going to try and do with this exercise is get that alignment stick to get down towards the floor. So the benefit of having a larger alignment stick is I can genuinely get this down towards the floor, as you can see here, and then I can continue to keep rotating like so. Now, when I meet a lot of students, particularly students online where I'll do this type of exercise with, because I'm trying to give them that sort of sense of feel of what it should be like to trigger a correct rotation, they've often got the wrong idea. So most golfers are trying to drop the shoulder down. They're trying to do things like induce an element of spine bend, and what happens is they get quite stuck like so, and they can't rotate through the ball. This is why then you become excessively handsy in your golf swing. So all we're trying to do, first of all, is just rotate the chest, rotate the pelvis through towards the target, and if I keep turning my chest, then inevitably my shoulders can keep turning. Now, where the drill comes into its own is more from, obviously, if I was to show you from this side on perspective. So again, remember, that's kind of trying to emulate roughly sort of where I'm, my sort of distance from the golf ball. Now, you don't have to do this a particular amount, right? So you just want to do this to much of your own physical capability. So if I, again, emulate what I think most amateurs would be capable of, it'd be something like this, okay? See the way I've still got the alignment stick moving progressively over the ball as I'm demonstrating here. Now, when we look at professional golfers, what we often see is that they're more tilted. And the reason why they're more tilted is because they get what's known as more hip depth. So see the way that my hips are moving more back and behind me as I'm demonstrating here. And what you can see is as I do that, that then induces an element of tilt. So now can you see the way that my shoulders point more down towards the ball, okay, like so. So if I now again show you that from the face on perspective, what you're going to be able to see is this position, quite comfortable, and then this position where I'm just more focused on more hip depth to get the shoulders down. So the point of this type of exercise is that you would want to be doing this, okay, very much like so, just to get the feeling of what rotation is and how your shoulders should be moving. A good way then you could start to get a bit of a sense is to bring your trail hand out. So see the way I've brought my right hand out and just put it somewhere. You might not have the ability to externally rotate enough. So just have your trail arm somewhere in the vicinity of the alignment stick, and then just get the feeling then of coming down with your trail hand off. And this is going to give you a really strong sense of exactly what you're looking to achieve with that sense of rotation. So as I do some swings here, I'm now trying to get that feeling of turning. Can feel the shoulders dropping down, able to swing very much through the ball. The last point that I do want to make, because this is a mistake that I often tend to see with a lot of golfers, is I always prefer the feeling of, yes, being aware of chest rotation very much, but the only issue that I tend to think is when a lot of golfers are very aware of the impact area and for example, this shoulder coming down, is they often kind of just get stuck and stop there. That's why with the alignment stick now, I want you to pay attention more to the lead side. See the way that the left side of this alignment stick really retracts up and behind the back of my head, which pulls me all the way through. And that's why I prefer that, because I'm a big believer in just trying to produce a sort of natural free-flowing swing, and rotation is very much a part of that, and that's why I teamed up with the Swing Buddy. Swing Buddy is a simple rope training aid that many of you have already seen on the channel used a number of times, but the reason why I love the Swing Buddy is because it's the length and the weight of a 7-iron. So this means that I can get that same feeling lead hand only now, and I'm thinking more about turning my chest, retracting the left shoulder, and then getting the Swing Buddy just to strike the ground as I'm demonstrating very much there. And that way, I tend to see more success with students when they're thinking more about sort of through, getting the hands nice and high, rotating this way. Don't tend to see quite as much success with students that are so fixated on getting down and getting this way. and getting really stuck. So that's why I think the drill is really good, because it will give you an element of, you know, subjectivity as to how it feels for you. Personally, I would start doing the exercise, build up your awareness, but try to finish with more of that sense of that retraction of that lead side, because it'll make the swing much freer. See you soon.